Exactly 1 month ago, we all watched a Sysco semi-truck dangling from the 2nd Street Bridge, facing the Ohio River down below. Holding our breath until the Louisville Fire Department saved Sydney Thomas, the driver from the truck cab. New tonight, we are hearing from Sydney's family. And WHS 1119's Alex Dieter and photojournalist Addie Hill sat down with Sydney's mother today in Sellersburg, talking about the long road ahead for their family and her daughter. And Alex, you know, we've all wondered, would we be as brave as this woman if we were in the same situation? But we've been very concerned about her and how she's doing.
Right, Doug. I mean, this is something that I don't think anyone can really prepare for once that happens to their family. And 1 month ago, that happened to Sydney. And right now, Sydney's parents are doing everything they can to heal from that traumatic crash. Since March 1st, they've been taking care of Sydney's 4-year-old son, Mason. And while some days are hard, her mom tells us that she's leaning on each other and God will get them through.
A semi-tractor trailer is hanging over the bridge. We need people right now. Jesus, okay.
A scene from a nightmare.
It still did not dawn on me that this was possibly my daughter.
Watching your child hang from a bridge over the water, trapped behind the wheel of a semi-truck. After the dramatic rescue, Tori Carver saw her daughter first in the hospital.
She just kept telling me when I was there, she said, "Mom, all I could see was death. I saw death look at me in my face."
1 month ago, Sydney Thomas was hanging off the 2nd Street Bridge. People across the country waiting and praying.
The only thing that got me together at that point mentally, I heard her voice.
No one praying more than Sydney's mom, Tori, after she got the call that it was her child dangling almost 100 feet over the Ohio River.
My heart was breaking. There was nowhere I could go, but just tried to compose myself at that point.
Watching and waiting as Sydney was heroically saved by Louisville firefighter Bryce Carden. Here's a photo of the two standing next to each other after the two first met a few weeks after the rescue.
So I knew she was alive.
While Sydney continues her recovery.
She's hanging in there. She's not here, so we just have her in a place where she's safe at the moment and getting the help that she needs.
Sydney's 4-year-old Mason, who's autistic and nonverbal, is staying with Tori and Sydney's stepfather, Charles.
He's just full of energy. He's full of life. He's full of love. That is just who he is.
Safe.
He seems to be on the quiet end.
In a loving home with his grandparents.
Maybe sleepy.
Just a 4-year-old being pulled in a wagon, while Tori and Charles continue to pull their lives back together.
We don't know the time frame that Sydney will be away, but whatever it takes, we're going to do whatever it is that we have to do. She has a village, and the village is here, and everyone is willing to help.
Continuing to wait and pray for their child to come home.
It's all going to come back together. It's in due time. Not in my time, but in God's time.
Tori hasn't been able to go back to work since the incident a month ago, taking care of Mason, and the family has set up a GoFundMe to help with bills and building a fence in their backyard to make sure Mason can safely run around and play outside. We'll have a link attached to this story at WHAS11.com. Live in studio, Alex Dieter, the WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.